Well, would you look at that? I'm actually on time for once. Well, at least by the time, I know there'll be a bit of chat lag, but I'm on time. Wow, can you believe it? Welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2020-21 season. My name is Dan, and it's the end of game week 17, and you know what? I'm becoming so just disenfranchised by FPL at the moment. It's just crazy. Games being cancelled, random results all over the place. Liverpool losing 1-0. Salah, where has he gone? Where has he gone? Where have our Liverpool defenders gone? Cancelo's clean sheet getting wiped out at the last minute. Oh, terrible. Terrible. Adams with the head injury. He's gone. Oh, I mean, I feel sorry for him, but I feel sorry for me as well, who brought him in. Should have just kept more pay. And you know what? I blame you guys. I blame you guys for making me take out more pay. But whatever. Whatever. I don't care. I wanted Adams anyway, so even if he gets 0 points. Well, we will get Adams, obviously, he's going to sub off. And we are going to have a lovely substitute coming in for Adams anyway. So that's not really a massive issue because I get, instead of the Adams 0 points, I get, wait for this, guys, wait for this, a magnificent 1 point from Brewster. So where you guys, I'm sure you'll be having players like Soshek coming in, maybe you've got Carl Walker-Peters coming in. 1 point, Brewster. Brewster the 1 point bandit. Maybe I should have just stuck with Walker-Peters as the first bench option, but you know, my own fault. We live, we learn, and we move on. So yeah, my rank is going crashing down. It's going lower and lower, which is just, I mean, it's a little bit depressing. It really is, but it's just such a weird season, and you can't really beat yourself up too much about it because it really is just crazy at the moment. So it's not ideal, but I tell you what, it is. It's a good thing that we're about to have the free hit week and the double game week after that, because if it wasn't for those two things going on right now, I'd just be so down in the dumps right now. I'm so glad we've got this free hit that we can have a bit more excitement. Well, I can have a bit more excitement where my rank just seems to be like, can't really move from around 400,000. It kind of seems like once you're set, you're set. If you're already in the top 100k, you're staying there. If you're already outside the top 100k, you're not really going to be in there. And for a while, it's really, really hard to move up the ranks at the moment because everyone pretty much has the same team. So it's super, super frustrating. But it's fine because we've got the free hit week in game week 18, which I'm going to be using, and then we've got the double game week, which I am actually really prepared for the double game week. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad. But yeah, a couple of really annoying game weeks. Really annoying game weeks. But we'll move on. Anyway, guys, today I'm not going to stream for forever today. I know I haven't seen you guys in a while. I say I haven't seen you guys in a while, but the last video I made was, what, 3 days ago? But that feels like such a long time, doesn't it? But we're going to have loads of content this game week, so I don't want to do too much. I don't want to cover too much of it on stream, because then I'm going to, you know, not have content for videos. And I do have a lot of content coming out for videos, so we're going to be talking about free hit drafts. I've got a free hit draft that I've got to come tomorrow, which is really good. It's kind of a generalist free hit draft. It's fairly cheap. There's a really good template for you guys to pick up, and then you can build sort of from that. You can maybe make a few switches to it, but it's a really nice template for you guys to use. Then I'm going to show you my own free hit template, which is a little bit more risky. And I'm also going to talk about, obviously we'll do the buy, sell, keep, avoid. We'll talk about some captains in a video, and we'll just make a video, generally speaking, talking about all of the best and worst players to put on your free hit team, because I think this is kind of got to be the big free hit week. I think probably, I don't know, maybe 30-40% of people who are serious about FPL anyway will be free hitting this game week. It's going to be a huge amount of people free hitting this game week. It's going to be absolutely crazy. So I am going to make sure I'm pushing out the free hit content. Don't worry about that. But yeah, we'll talk very, very briefly about free hit stuff today. I'll show you my current free hit draft, which I think is pretty nice, but I probably will end up changing it. But I'll show you what I've got at the moment. Got a whole week to think about it. No pressure, but I'll show you what I've got right now. For a lot of people asking have I got my my blackcurrant, but I've literally just finished it before the stream started. I should have prepared and got myself a new glass there, but I didn't. Ramsey Unleashed saying too many last minute call offs, COVID kicking us in the stones, light lockdown. Yeah, it really is a pain. We kind of just got to not take this this season too seriously. It's a bit of a myth of a season. And thank you very much for the super chat, by the way, Ramsey. I really, really appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's just not, it's not your typical season. It really isn't. And you know, maybe we can just use it as a fun season, and then maybe next season we can take it a little bit more seriously. But you know, how seriously can you take it? I mean, I'm still going to try and get into. I would be really disappointed if I can't finish in the top 100k. But it kind of seems really difficult at the moment. Really, really difficult. Oh, but oh well. So yeah, guys, I'm going to show you my current free hit draft. Tell you how I'm kind of thinking about it right now. We're going to talk about it properly in videos, obviously, but I'll show you what I've got for now. And then I guess we'll answer some questions. But like I said, we'll keep it fairly short. I'm going to stop at 10:30 UK time. So about 24 minutes time, I'll be finishing off, because I do want to make sure that I do keep some content for the videos and don't unleash it all on you right now, guys. Thank you very much for the super chat, Billy Fiddler. My favourite name in the chat. One of my favourite names in the chat, actually. I've got a few favourites of you guys that have fantastic names. But okay, right. Let me go to pick team. And here we are. There is... I want to try and kind of show you the bench as well a little bit, if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, and also, oh yeah, a few people asked how I got in the cup. I won my cup game, so that's all good there. Actually, should we have a quick laugh at the guy I played in the cup? Because he's done... I've been so lucky with my cup draw. Like, look at this dude. Like, poor guy. Like, fair enough, he is going to get Grealish off the bench, isn't he? Oh no, and he's going to get Fernandes off the bench as well. And he's going to get Son up. Okay, oh right, I might actually be in trouble. See, I looked at this team and I thought, oh yeah, 21 points, easy, that's easy. But Adams hasn't played. Well, okay, he's still playing with one arm behind his back, but he's going to get Martinelli captaincy goes to Son, so that's going to be plus 13 points, which puts him up to 34. And then he's going to get Grealish off the bench, which puts him up to 41. And then another 10 for Fernandes, which puts him to 51. Okay, so I still won, but only marginally. This is such a joke. Like, how this team, this guy has got basically the same score as me. Look at this. Look at this, man. That's just ridiculous. Whatever. It's a crazy season. Yeah, not going to be too down about it. But yeah, let me show you my free hit team. As things currently stand. Might not stay that way. And, you know, it's quite nice, I think. I've got I've got a few players that I think you really must have. So Cancelo, I think, is a must have. Tierney, I think, is a must have. Saka, must have. Bruno Fernandes is a must have as well. So those are probably the 4 players that, you know, you build your whole team around that, don't you? He gets 54 because of Martinez. Oh. Okay, so I beat him by 1 point or 2 points. I can't remember. I beat him by a couple of points. I'm not in trouble because I've got Brewster to come off the bench and whatever. Yeah, I still beat him, but only just. Madness. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. I may try and switch to Sterling. I wanted to try and I don't know. I wanted to try and see what I could do with the money with downgrading De Bruyne. So this is all very, very rough. Don't think that this is any kind of final team or anything like that. I was just messing about with it, to be honest. I'll show you my my finalised free hit team as soon as I can. But yeah, this is kind of just a rough team. So this is what I'm thinking, right? So I've doubled up on City defence rather than attack, because I think although I could go for 2 City attackers, I think they're more lucrative in defence, and I can more easily cover points with attackers. So for example, you know, Rashford, Fernandes are going to probably, and Son maybe, probably going to score similar to KDB, Sterling anyway. So maybe I need one of them. Whereas Cancelo, Diaz, really lucrative defenders there, and I'm not sure who else I'd be confident in getting that clean sheet against Brighton. You know, there's not as many clean sheets that I'm as confident in, I suppose. Whereas, you know, there's plenty of attacking players I'm quite confident going for. So I have doubled up in Man City's defence for now. We've got Tierney and Saka, who, like I said, I think are essential. They're playing so well right now. Saka playing in this advanced role. You know, he used to be a left wing back, essentially, didn't he? And now he's playing sort of right wing, cutting inside. He's looking so good right now. You know, as an Arsenal fan, it's really, really, really nice to see a player like Saka a player with so much potential playing so well. So really, really impressed by him. Bruno Fernandes, just smashing it non-stop at the moment. He's just, non-stop, isn't it? Constantly. Son in good form. Rashford, I think he's in good form as well. And then Lacazette, 4 goals in his past 3 games. So he's kind of the main man right now. And he's kind of a risky pick, but against Crystal Palace, who have been pretty bad defensively as well. Quite like that. And then we've got Wilson against Sheffield United, because I think Wilson is just, you know, when you look at this Newcastle team, it's pretty much a one-man team, isn't it? There's one player who's just looking really good every game week, and the rest of them are just not doing the business. And it's Wilson who is just looking so good. So Lacazette and Wilson up front there. So yeah, I really like the look of this team. There are a few other things. What you'll notice is that my whole bench is a playing bench. So every single one of them will be playing. And also, the other thing is that every team... Axel's a quick super chat there. Did you activate free hit yet? Or when do you click it? I already did it. I was so certain I was going to free hit this game week. As soon as, like, I think 3 days ago, the game week had already, the games from Game Week 17 had kicked off. I wanted to have a little play about, see what I could do with a free hit team. So I just clicked it and just started messing about with it. But anyway, there's a few other things that you might notice. The one thing that is quite interesting is that in this team, there are only 3 players from each game. So this is very, very intentional. Other than the Sheffield United versus Newcastle game, but that's slightly different because 2 of them are on my bench. But the idea is that if I keep 3 players from each game that is played during the blank game week, then if one game is cancelled, and it's pretty late, there's like at least one game being cancelled per week. So if one game is cancelled, I have 3 playing bench players that will come straight in. I will always have... No matter what happens, if one game gets cancelled, I will always have a full 11 to play, which is really good. Which is really good indeed. So that's kind of a thinking. So I will never be in it when you keep it to 3 players per game that's being played. You're guaranteed to start an 11. Another big tip, guys: do not captain 2 players from the same game. Don't do it. Make sure your captain and your vice captain are on playing in different games, completely different games. Few people I know have made this mistake recently. I spoke about it a lot early on in the season, like, because we were worried about what are the impacts of COVID going to be. I sort of said, you know, just make one of the, like, a basic tip is just make sure your captain and your vice captain are on from different games, from different teams. I sort of said that a lot this season. I've not really said it as much recently, and it's become more relevant recently, to be fair. So maybe I should sort of be, I don't know, reasserting that a little bit more. Luke Trineman says, what if 2 games get cancelled? Well, if 2 games get cancelled, there's really nothing you can do about it. There really isn't. You cannot avoid that at all. You're just going to have to suck it up and hope it's not, you know, one of the games where you've got your big players in. But if you spread it out as much as you can, maximise 3 players from each individual game, you give yourself the best chance. And this game is all about playing the odds, giving yourself the best chance. So, you know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So yes, the free hit button is hit. Lots of people still saying about KDB, why is KDB not here? I'll probably, to be fair, end up with KDB. This was literally just a rough draft. This is not my final team. I will save the final team for an actual video where I can talk about it properly rather than just off the cuff, just kind of talking about what I'm thinking. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a few people saying about KDB. Yeah, KDB is the sensible guy to go for. And in my template team that I've already started making the video, to be fair, that's going to be out tomorrow for a free hit template for you guys to potentially have a look at. KDB is one of the first players I put in there because he's just a sensible, safe pick. So, absolutely. Gaming Now says you should read the comments more. Ironic that I just read that comment. Kashitz Mashira says no Villa assets. No, don't fancy it. Honestly, I don't really fancy Villa against Spurs. I don't particularly fancy Spurs against Villa either. They're both looking good, like good teams. That's going to be a tough game for both teams. That really is. Villa looking really good defensively, but, you know, Spurs obviously look good defensively against Leeds because they knew how to play the game. That could easily be a 1-0 game or a 0-0 game or, you know, a 1-1 low-scoring game there. So there's definitely other teams / games I would rather focus my attention on. Definitely, for sure. Is it good differential to captain Wilson? I mean, kind of. It's okay. I would still always prefer to go for premium, for sure. Camilo says, what if the league is suspended in January, the chip is lost? Well, we've just had in the UK about 2 hours ago, I think, an announcement that said that the professional sports at the top level is going to continue as usual. So although the UK, the UK has got into national lockdown right now, can't leave the house, again, crazy stuff, but football will continue. That's certainly as things stand. So don't worry too much. If you're worried about, I don't want to play my free hit quite yet, just in case there's news that the league gets cancelled, I don't think that's going to happen. Certainly not this game week. You know, things change really, really fast with the COVID situation, particularly here in the UK and our particular government that we have. Things do change very, very quickly. But I think we're pretty safe for this game week to go for the free hit. I do, but yeah. So anyway, we'll try and answer some questions. Ijaz says, is it a coincidence that your FPL code starts with mate? Yeah, it's a pure coincidence. When I first set it up, I was like, that's amazing. That's amazing. Jack Glad says, hi Dan, I just want to say how well you're doing with the channel and keep up, mate. Good work. Thank you. I wish my FPL team was doing quite as good as the YouTube channel is going, to be honest, but there we are. At least the YouTube channel is going good, and hopefully we could just keep chatting about FPL, to be honest, because that's what it's all about, really. Just having some fun, chatting about FPL, sharing some tips, yeah, but you guys know here, we don't take it too super seriously. We want to be inclusive to everyone and stuff like that, for sure. Robert Amsbury says, yesterday they said schools would definitely stay open, could well get suspended. Yeah, it's true, but sort of football in Scotland has not been cancelled when they made their sort of early decision, Boris copying Nicola Sturgeon's homework, if you like. And it's just going to be the same situation. So, no, honestly, I think in terms of morale of the country, it's kind of important that football does stay open. Because, if people are sitting indoors with literally nothing to do, no sports, no new TV in production, it's tough. It's tough for everyone. So, football is something that keeps, spirits alive. And maybe it's not the safest thing in the world, but people very quickly forget. And people say, oh, how come footballers are working, are still playing football throughout all of this? Well, they are at work at the end of the day, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to still be working through lockdown. Pretty much, I know obviously a lot of people have been laid off or they've been furloughed. That's the word, furloughed. Football players, they are at work as well. It's not like they're having a kickabout at their mates at a park. They are at work. So the idea is, as long as they can keep it safe, and yeah, fair enough, it's not been amazing recently, the amount of them keeping it safe. I don't know, maybe they can improve that a little bit. Maybe they can get vaccinated, some of them. Maybe they can improve their bubbles a little bit. But I don't think that footballers carrying on playing football is a massive nationwide security concern, personally. So I do think that they're going to carry on as normal, certainly for one game week. If it gets revisited in a week, 2 weeks time, fair enough. I can see why that might happen, but I don't think we need to be worrying right now that after tonight's announcement, I think we should be pretty comfortable. Look, the government do not want to keep changing rules. The more they change the rules and change their minds on things, the more credibility that they are losing. They've got to get their stuff in line, and hopefully this is going to be kind of consistent. So there you go, guys. I think that's pretty much got that covered. I did want to actually in this stream talk a little bit about free hits and how free hits work, because I know there's a little bit of confusion here. So, and I get these questions a lot on Twitter, and I try and answer people as much as I can, but I obviously, I can't answer everything. So hopefully I can just clear it up now. So basically, if you're using a free hit in game week 18, then every transfer you make is null and void. So you can't make a transfer in your team, then play your free hit, and then use and that transfer that you made before your free hit counts. It doesn't. Any transfer that you make in the same week that you free hit is wiped from the record as soon as we get to game week 19. So if you've made a change in your team, you're thinking, oh, it's game week 18, right? Let's make a change so I'm ready for game week 19, and then hit the free hit button. That transfer that you made ready for game week 19, that's going to be wiped. So that's going to be reset. So a free hit cancels out every single one of your transfers for the game week in which you use it. So hopefully that makes sense. The other really important point, and I know it's kind of a bit too late now, and I did speak about this before, but hopefully, this clears this one up as well. If you have 2 free transfers right now, and you use a free hit right now as well, then your 2 free transfers are wipes. If you have 2 free transfers and you use your free hit, it cancels out those 2 free transfers, and then when you get to game week 19, when your team goes back to normal, you will be left with 1 free transfer. So it will remove the free transfer that you stacked up. So yeah, hopefully that's kind of gonna explain that. For someone asking, how do you activate a free hit? You can activate your free hit as soon as you go to confirm your transfers. There'll be a big button that says, do you want to activate your free hit? And you say, hell yes I do. Hell yes I do. Absolutely. So yeah, that's kind of something that you could think about. But yeah, we'll carry on with some questions. I suppose I should probably I don't really want to put my game week scores on for this game week just gone, because it's just depressing. It's depressing. So yeah, let's just go to the chat anyway. So Jack Blair says, hey Dan, what do you think about De Gea as a keeper for FPL? He's pricey but an incredible keeper and getting some great returns. Is he getting some great returns though? Because you look at it and you think perhaps from the bigger teams you want to be going for a decent where am I going stats? You kind of think, do I actually want to be going for a defender or something? So for example, Maguire, if you want to go for Maguire in the defence, he covers the clean sheet points, but he also has a little bit of attacking threat there. So perhaps you go for Maguire instead. We look at De Gea and you can see, let's see his most recent points here. Okay, he got a nice score there in that 1-0 game against Wolves, but is it going to be 1-0 against Burnley? The times where goalkeepers score highly is when their team wins by a marginal amount. So this one time that Manchester United won by a marginal amount, and let's look at the other scores, they don't. They usually score a lot of goals and concede a lot of goals. So 2-2, 6-2, 2-3, 0-0 there, fair enough, it was against Man City. 1-3, 2-3. So if you look in general, Man United score a lot of goals and concede a lot of goals, which means their goalkeepers typically aren't going to get a lot of points. And then you could say similar things about their defenders, but I know the Burnley are kind of not a great attacking team, so you might want to go for a defender in this blank game week from Manchester United. But I don't think De Gea is the answer, because you do kind of expect Manchester United are going to go out there and probably score 2 or 3 goals, right? And if they do score 2 or 3 goals, the bonus points, they're not going to De Gea, no chance. They're going to the attacking players. And are Burnley going to take a lot of shots so De Gea can get a lot of save points? Probably not. Probably not that either. So overall, no. A few people have mentioned, what do you fancy about De Gea? I don't really fancy him. I really don't. I'm going to open this up a little bit so you can just see a bit more. But yeah, I'm not so keen on that one at all, really. I think if you're going for a goalkeeper, you go for a goalkeeper from a team that's likely to only win sort of 1-0, maybe draw 0-0, maybe win 2-0 at a push. You might still get points from the goalkeeper. So that's why currently I've got Darlow in there, because Newcastle are a team that don't... permission denied. Alright, hang on. 1 second, guys. Let me just... we'll mute that. Let me just log in again very quickly, because it has kicked me out of fantasy. And I'll show you my team again and show you what I'm thinking. Don't worry, I've not disappeared completely. Here I am, I'm back. Don't you worry, my face is back. Yeah, so if you look at Newcastle, they're sort of a slightly lower scoring team, which lends itself to goalkeepers getting points. So 0-0, 2-0, 1-1. So, these pretty low scoring games. I know the Leeds game is always a bit of an anomaly, isn't it? But generally speaking, fairly low scores here. Against Sheffield United, it's not going to be a high scoring game. It's not going to be a game where you sit down and think, oh, goal fest, Newcastle versus Sheffield United, absolute goal fest. It's not going to be that. It's going to be sort of a 1-0 game, isn't it? So for that reason, that lends itself really nicely to a goalkeeper. Because, goalkeepers and defenders from teams that only win 1-0 are the ones you want to go for. Similarly, Man City have kind of been that team recently. I know that, other than last game week, sorry, my forehead for some reason is so itchy, and I know you can see a red mark on it. Maybe I've got a spot coming on. Back to my teenage youth years. Fine by me. Fine by me. Keep me young, boys. Keep me young. But yeah, if you look at Manchester City, the reason why their defenders have been doing so well is because the scores have been fairly low. Pretty low indeed. Which have been giving them some nice returns there, these defenders. So that's been quite nice. So yeah, against Brighton are not exactly the best. I know Brighton's had a little bit of, well, they're not doing great, but generally speaking, teams don't score a lot of goals against Brighton. They don't. So I'm a bit sceptical about going all in attack on the Man City, and I'm more comfortable going in the defence because, Cancelo as well. The amount of times he gets robbed, absolutely robbed of assist points is absolutely crazy. I'm sure there's some kind of agenda at Man City. Someone in the Man City camp has said, right, whatever you do, don't let Cancelo get an assist. If he puts in the most worldy cross to you or whatever, do not score it. Do not score it. It kind of feels like that sometimes. It's pretty crazy. Oliver Hager-Pedersen says, is double City defence a big risk for the next 5 matches? No, I don't think so at all. I think double City defence for the next 5 game weeks will get you a monster amount of points. I really do think that's going to give you a huge amount of points, so I don't think that's risky at all. I like it a lot, in fact. I really do. Pablo says, bro, please help. What do I do for the upcoming game weeks? I'm new to FPL and have no clue what people are talking about. Yeah, okay. This is kind of tough, because it's tough. Like, I think the first thing, if you are really, really new to FPL, the first thing you should do is just try and read all the rules and how they work. There's a couple of really good YouTube videos. I think, was it FPL Tips or FPL TV? One of them's got a really good video for brand new FPL players. So do check them out and you start to learn some of the lingo, chips, free hits, triple captains, what all of these things mean. So yeah, I do recommend that. It's hard for me to just give you a full lowdown on how FPL works right now in a stream because we've only got a few minutes left. Liam Rasmussen says, who do you triple captain on? If we're talking about the double game week 19, the triple captain kind of looks like it should be going to De Bruyne at the moment, doesn't it? De Bruyne looks like a sensible pick for the triple captain. He really does. More so than Salah. Like, Jack Les says, are you really that confident in Arsenal players, Dan? I know you're an Arsenal fan, but they aren't so consistent. No, but the last couple of games have been really good for Arsenal. Really good. And we kind of got to capitalise on the form a little bit. Like, Tierney's looking fantastic. Saka is, honestly, Saka is such a good player. And Crystal Palace, remember, have been really poor. We play them at home. I think this is a very good time to go for some Arsenal players. And remember, you say they're inconsistent, and I completely agree with them. I don't have full confidence. I'm not talking about putting in Arsenal players into my team long term. This is a free hit. So I get to have them for 1 game week, and then it's bye-bye. See you later. Because I get what you mean. They're not consistent. I would not be confident about holding them long term. But as a 1 week punt, why not? Why not? They're in good form. They're playing a really good fixture. They're playing at home. There's some really cheap, nice options there. Like Saka and Tierney. Super, super cheap. Really, really nice. So yeah, go for it. Let's go for a couple of Arsenal players. Absolutely. Make sure you pick the right ones, of course. I wouldn't recommend Aubameyang, for example. Too expensive. But Saka at 5.4 million, something like that now. You can't go really wrong there, really. It's so, so cheap. And it allows you to spend a little bit more money in the rest of your team. If you start in Saka in your free hit team, then that frees up your money for your Fernandes, Rashford, Sterling, De Bruyne, Son, Kane. You can get all of these these premium players in by using that cheap option who's playing really well, really good game week, fixture. You've only got to keep him for 1 week. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And there you go. Right. What else have we got? Winnie the Pooh. I mean, that name stood out to me immediately. I'm going to triple captain Vitinha. My gut feeling tells me he's going to bang them in. Maybe speak to Mouldy about that one. He can maybe give you some advice on that one, I think. Big Sis says, why isn't Kane in the picks? He's just not in my personal team right now. It's not a bad option. Well, you can't have everyone, can you? You can't have everyone. NC says, use my free hits this week, and it's scarily similar to this. Good sign. 74 this week and up through in the cup. Very nice getting through in the cup. Yeah, I do think free hit teams are going to look relatively similar, to be honest. So it really is kind of going to be a game week where it's people who are free hitting versus people who are not free hitting. Everyone who is playing their free hits, realistically, going to get a similar amount of points, I think. But if you're not free hitting, these are the kind of you're going to get a real gain on the people who aren't free hitting, and I think that's kind of the idea. Because, you know, not everyone is going to free hit. Dan for David wants to say, Jesus speaking sense here. He's saying it a lot. Mouldy is on the case. Delete that message for the spammer. James Martin said, will this team change before deadline? Yes, it will. I will make sure I do a proper video about this. I'm just showing you my rough team at the moment. Don't take it too seriously. Ashutosh says, Game Week 19 free hit team, please. Yes, I will give you that tomorrow. Don't you worry about that. Alex Halford said 44 points this week, went from 30k rank to 120k. That is terrible. That is really unlucky, mate. It's one of these game weeks. I mean, there's a lot of those one of these game weeks at the moment, but, you know, what can you do? Mr. Chicken says, are there going to be a buy, sell, keep, avoid video? Yes, but I think it's going to be on Wednesday instead this week, rather than usually do it on Tuesday. But I want to get the free hit team out on Tuesday because a lot of people really interested in the free hit team. So I want to make sure you've got that. Because, you know, you guys are getting a little bit impatient and, you know, I want to deliver. Robbie Glynn says, hello, my FPL guru, if you say so. Thoughts on Trent Alexander-Arnold and Sonta Fernandez and Wan-Bissaka or Cancelo? I'll still have Kane, Salah and KDB. Is this for a free hit team or, you know, in general? TAA, you could go out. I don't know if I'd want to be removing Son from my team, to be honest. I will probably want to keep Son. I know there's a temptation to get Fernandez in. Cancelo is definitely a player you want to have indeed, but... And so is Fernandez, to be fair, but I'd want to be keeping Son as well, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know. Kane and Son to cover the ones who don't free hit. I don't know if that's going to be I don't know if Kane and Son is going to cover it, to be honest. I really don't. Too early for a wild card? Maybe. Dan Cross says, dropping out, guys. Got to sort work set up for tomorrow. Oh, good luck with your new job, Dan Cross. Good luck, mate. And I'll catch you soon. Don't have a free hit. Take minus 12 point hit. No, absolutely, you do not take a minus 12 point because you'll just regret it the game week after when you've got rid of all of your double game week players and have to take another 12 point hit. No, that's lunacy. William Hawkins says, hi Dan, do you think Foden could be a good pick for game week 19 over De Bruyne? No, I don't think Foden covers De Bruyne. It's risky. You know, you don't know what's going to happen here. Diamond Flynn says, wow, no KDB. Yeah, it's just a rough team. Don't worry about it. Don't take this team that you see. In fact, yeah, let's take this off the screen because people are taking it a little bit too seriously. It's just a rough little free hit team I was messing about with over the weekend. It's nothing serious at all. I just sort of thought I would share with you some of my thoughts. And in fact, I think I made that team before Man City had even played. And statistically, Sterling was looking slightly better prior to that. So yeah, but that was my free hit team anyway, my current mess about free hit team. So anyway, guys, I did say that I was going to leave early. I always go slightly over, don't I? But let's have a look at some price changes. I don't know if it's price changes are so interesting this game week, but we'll show you them anyway. So let's expand this to 25 players. So Bruno Fernandes to go up today. Not surprising, really. I don't know if this is fully accurate, though, because a lot of people are using free hits, so that's not counted towards the price changes, to be fair. But Fernandes is definitely going to go up at some point this game week, that's for sure. Soucek, I can see him going up as well. But, like, why are people bringing in Soucek this game week? He doesn't even play this game week. Just, like, now just it seems like the weirdest time to bring Soucek in. Some people are crazy on FPL. Some people really are crazy. Like, same with, like, I don't know, who else is flying up? Okay, Cancelo, yeah, fair enough. Areola at Fulham, what? Why is he going up, like, relatively quickly? Whatever. But yeah, those are the uppers. Where are the downers? We got a couple of downers. Debbie Downers over here. Lamptey, Calvert-Lewin, not really surprising. Walken, yeah, because of his COVID. Gabriel, he's injured, isn't he? And Reece James with his recurring injuries as well. So yeah, a few people kind of understandably going down. Chilwell is an interesting one. I know Chelsea have been pretty bad recently, but I would want to be keeping Chilwell for the double game week, at least. And then you can think about moving him on because, yeah, he has been a bit rubbish. Well, Chelsea in general have been a bit rubbish, haven't they? Yeah, not keeping as many clean sheets as we thought that they were going to. Didn't last as long. But, you know, things change quickly in football, and as FPL managers, we got to adjust to it and adjust to the new changes that are going on at any given time. That's what the game's all about, guys. We love it. But there you go, guys. I am going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for everyone for joining me today. Plenty of videos to come this game week. We're going to talk about all of your questions that perhaps I haven't been able to answer today. I swear I will try and answer everything with free hit teams, best players to pick on your free hit. We can start thinking about double game week stuff. We can talk about captains. Got it all covered. Got it all covered. Don't you worry about that. Maybe even make a video specifically for people who aren't free hitting as well. If you guys would like that, let me know. Let me know. But anyway, guys, before you do leave, please do make sure you like the video. If you haven't done already, please do consider subscribing. It's nearly been 1 year on YouTube for me. So if we can potentially get 50,000 subscribers by my 1 year YouTube anniversary, that would be amazing. So please do like the video. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't done already. Really, really appreciate that. But until then, I will see you tomorrow for a free hit template video that I know you guys are going to love. I'll see you on that one, guys. See you later, mates. Bye-bye.